Jeremy Kaysen is now held under a $500,000 bond after leading sheriff's deputies on a chase that ended in a crash. We're also told Kaysen is a suspect in a federal investigation. He's facing charges after the crash, which closed part of Shipyard Boulevard in Wilmington Tuesday. Now here's the chase and crash that shut down part of the roadway near the state port. You can see the white car sandwiched in between two law enforcement vehicles. A sheriff's office spokesperson says Kaysen tried to get away when deputies attempted to serve felony warrants. They took Kaysen into custody after that chase and crash. An update now on a story that has gotten a lot of attention on the WECT News app.